Hello, crypto party people. I'm Fink, and this is my NFT show. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a great interview for you from Shez. The man creates NFTs. He goes to college for business, and in the meantime, he's trying to get a company off the ground. The company is going to be clothing based. It's also kind of dipping his fingers into other areas, as well as possibly the NFT world. So, a lot of cool stuff there. Uh, Interview got a little long-winded because it's just awesome just shooting the shit with these guys. I've got along so well with everybody so far. So without any further ado, interview with Shez. Good morning, man.
How are you?
Pretty good, man. How about yourself? It's just like what, almost noon there, 11 something.
It's just coming up to 1, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, yeah, later than I thought. So yeah, everybody, this is Shez. I'm so happy to meet you, man. This is awesome. Big shout out and thank you to Moyo and NFThunt.fun. It's how we kind of met up with
exactly. I'm glad you got there. I was gonna say it as well, yeah.
Yeah, right. Awesome. Yeah.
He's been great.
So yeah, first off, we just did a little trial to make sure the volume worked. And dude, again, love the hair. I've seen videos with you, and it looked like it was kind of short and curly.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of it there. It's I don't think a hairdresser would be too happy with it either. There'd be my sister keeps telling me she wants to cut it off. It's
family always told me they wanted to cut mine off too when I grew up. I had a pet ball python named Pantera, and I'd actually take her out in public and walk around all over the place without anybody noticing because I'd put her up like a ponytail. I'd put my hair up in a bun and let her curl around it, and no one would even notice that she was there. It was hilarious.
That's mad.
But anyhow, so Shez, let's tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, 22. I am from Ireland, and I'm currently studying a business degree at the moment. Just about now. I could be the worst student to ever probably do that degree, but to be honest with you, I've no like natural kind of path into design world or anything like that. I was in a bad place about 2 years ago, and I was kind of going, what do I want to do? Or like, what would I actually be happy doing? And kind of working my own way. And the thoughts of kind of going down the business route, like all my friends have been really like focused on and kind of really into doing, was just like sounded like hell for me. Just the kind of mindset I was in, and I was looking for something, and it's clothes was where Shez started. And not that I've any kind of natural knowledge of clothes or anything like that, but I've always been interested in the designers behind all the clothes, and Virgil Abloh and has been a huge influence for my design, and whatever it comes to, whatever he makes, I just think it's deadly, and the meaning behind it, and a lot of it as well, I suppose, is music and inspiration from that. But I just wanted to go down a path where I could kind of do my own thing and create, and it didn't really matter to me what the mode of communication was. So when kind of NFTs came into my kind of
scope
vision, I suppose, when they popped up, when I noticed the buzz, it was just another method of communication, I suppose,
right?
And to provoke thought and design, like as in, so whether it's clothes or actual piece or like art pieces, physical art pieces in real life, or if it's NFTs, to me it doesn't really matter. It's a method of communication.
Right, I hear that, man.
Yeah. It's a platform to provoke thought.
I think a lot of people relate to that. I know, like I was already started painting and doing all that, and had no idea what an NFT was whenever I started. And it wasn't long after, like, I really kind of got into it that I heard about it. And it's the same thing. Like, I'm from a small town. Like, I couldn't get my stuff seen anywhere. No one cared around here. No one cared about a painting of a big V that looked like a dollar sign. Like, they didn't even know what that was. So yeah, like no one had a clue. So it was just so cool to me. A lot of people say success, and they're always asking, how do you know when you're successful? And success is however you view it. To me,
Yeah,
dude, that was so successful to me, just being able to put my word out there. Like I didn't need to get a bunch of sales or anything right off the go. I just thought it was so cool to be able to see other people from all over the world, especially seeing my stuff and, liking it and being like, oh, that's cool shit and all that. Like, I just think that's the coolest
it's
thing in the world. I think there's a lot of people that are feeling that right now. It's their chance. Like, it's such a big chance and opportunity to, no
yeah,
matter what your medium is, to actually put your stuff out there and be seen. It's amazing.
it's mad. And I was only having that kind of philosophical debate with myself the other day about the mark of success and what you were saying there. And like kind of I was thinking about pieces and I was adjusting reserve prices on them, and I always kind of thought that adjusting reserve prices was devaluing my own work. And then I was thinking about it, that the piece wasn't made in the first place to, like, success wasn't my mark of kind of success, wasn't selling it for a specific price. It was for other people to see it. So just like, it's weird how you get wrapped up in what is success and kind of what marks have that you've made it, or that you kind of, and it's all about just, I suppose, improving every day, or kind of making that difference every day. But it's deadly to have a platform there for so many different people to finally be able to all come together and share the creative side,
Right?
and it's unreal.
It is. So with the Shez project, uh, yeah, do you have a process? Like, what's your process for doing this? Like, do you come into it? Do you think of a certain like piece or picture that you've seen that you've been like, I kind of want to throw my style on that? Like, it's mostly photo, like what, photo manipulation. Then you also add a lot to it. Like,
There's no specific process. It's all my designs, whether it is NFT or clothing. I kind of, I'm sick of this looking cool in general kind of society, like, rather than not just like in the NFT or anything like that. But it was always annoying. It started with the clothes, let's say, of things just looking cool, and we were losing meaning behind that. And music, or like those sort of creations, it's actually probably easier to explain it in terms of music, that kind of 30 or 40 years ago, songs had to have, or there was meaning to them, and there were stories being told behind them. And then social media sped everything up, and it just had to be fat, or like it just had to be catchy for people to catch on to it, because it was so easy to access. And the same kind of, I feel, is happening with, or was happening with design and stuff like that, where the possibility of there being a meaning or a story behind things is getting lost. Not that people are losing interest, but that it just the possibility of it having a deeper meaning than what it looks like, or just looking cool, was getting lost. So that's kind of the goal for any piece, is to not just like make it look cool. Because for me, it's, as I said, I got no design background or kind of artist sort of thing. So it's those expressive pieces to me, and I see some amazing pieces that like are just expressive, and I'm looking at them, and I don't understand how they can kind of, how they create things that I can feel.
sorry,
No, you're all right.
waving at me through the window, man. So yeah, if you see me making faces and blowing kisses, I promise it's not a you.
I'll get one eventually. But yeah, no, the expressive kind of emotional artists, it's so beyond me how I can look at a piece and feel it, because I just, like, I can't create that sort of thing myself. And it's all about kind of putting together things that will tell a story and have meaning to them, and there's something deeper the whole time. You kind of, if you can look at it and you pick things out, because I like the idea of the person looking at it, if they look closer, they'll find something, or they go looking it up, or that sort of thing. And it doesn't always kind of make sense or whatever, but the fact of people thinking deeper and kind of looking into things is what the goal is, to provoke thought and kind of tell a story.
And it's just like, it's honestly, that's why I've wanted to talk. Like there's a lot of people out there, and I mean, I've reached out to a lot of people already, but yeah, we're still early in the show, and that was kind of, once I looked at your stuff, I was kind of like, I should definitely ask this dude if he wants to do an interview. Like, it was, yeah, I was talking to you, and all that,
Delighted,
but
delighted to chat.
once I actually took the time and looked at your stuff, is whenever I really realized, like, dude, this guy, like, and that's why, dude, like, I loved it. It was different than most of the stuff that's out right now. Like you said, it wasn't, I could tell it wasn't sitting there just to look pretty. Like, it was, yeah, it's supposed to make you think. Yeah.
It was, yeah, it kind of, some of the pieces were made, like the first history written on the scars, I specifically didn't try and make it aesthetically pleasing. But the rest of them, then with the paperback pieces, when it's like the lack of color, again, I was trying to stay away from making it aesthetically pleasing, and kind of, I don't know, for the people who did stop and slow down and kind of look at it and look into it and read what the context was, they'd find the value. But for, if you're just scrolling or whatever, it's going to be missed. So that's the goal, but it's very tough to get people to slow down. Right. In hindsight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to get people to stop and look, but like, again, man, yeah, your stuff does it. The wrist ones, I know that one got, like, I was scrolling and stalking that, like, whoa. Like,
oh yeah, that's been a pain to, that's actually my legs, believe it or not. But it's that one's been so hard to get people to look closer, because anywhere I share it, it compresses it. Like my laptop nearly sounds like it's going to take off when I open that file, the original file. It sounds like a 747 has just kind of landed on my desk, because the fan kicks in. Like, it just takes over the whole computer and everything slows down, because the file is so big, because there's so much stuff in it. But it's so hard to get people to look closer, because on all social media or anything like that, it's compressed and it's all just pixelated when you zoom in, which has been the killer. I didn't really think about that when I was going, let's not make it aesthetically pleasing, because it wasn't supposed, like, it's not aesthetically pleasing, but it's,
what's the name of the piece?
History written in the scars.
Word. Oh yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, I'm loving this premiere thing, man. As we're having this, like, I'll probably like pop it up in the corner so people know what we're talking about. It's an awesome piece. Yeah.
Cheers, man.
It took me like split. Yeah, I zoomed in on it and it was fine. I think I posted about it.
Yeah, you shared, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, the first like 3 words I found or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's oh, you did, yeah. Yeah, I was it was that piece. I just wanted to get as much content in it as possible. Like, I think in total it was about 255 hours. I think I was at that piece.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a full spreadsheet of everything that's in it and everything. It was a long process, but it was one of those things where I just couldn't stop either.
Word. So keep this thing moving, and we're going to be at half an hour in no time. See, I've had this issue with a couple people now, so you just get talking to these people, and it's hard. It's hard not to go long. But so where would you like to see this project go here over the, like, next year or two? Is that the plan? Like, take that business degree, apply it to this, and take off and do that, and the clothing and all that? Or is this always going to be a side thing? Or are you hoping to really get it out?
I was only thinking about this. It's like, to me, it's not NFTs aren't a side thing as such. But it's also not the full, it's weird, like, as in, I'm not just looking at it as, oh yeah, that's a side hustle. It is definitely a central part, but at the moment, I am trying to raise a bit of capital for stock for the clothing, but then like Shez as the brand is, it's looking to, like, for creative products. So I'll always be creating NFTs, and NFTs is kind of, I've found if I have concepts there that aren't going to be a full clothing collection, or I just kind of want to toy around with, they're fun to kind of creatively vent, let's say, or try different things. But no, I don't plan on kind of kicking NFTs to the side or anything. They're going to be definitely a huge component in anything with the brand and the clothes, and they're going to add to it.
Utility, man. Everybody wants utility, man. You could add the two, like make it.
Oh, that's the plan.
You buy an NFT, and as long as like maybe the person you pay shipping, and you'll send them the shirt or some shit.
Yeah,
that'd be so cool.
Like I've kind of, for me, even with the clothing, like the clothing collection, a collection will be the clothes, and then there'll be other products that come off it. So just like the collections maybe will go their direction, but it won't be limited to clothes. I'm always looking for other different random kind of creative projects to put with the clothing, and to make it more than just clothes, I suppose, or more than just a collection of kind of garments, and make it more of a full story, because that's what the goal is, to tell stories and kind of add value to people's day, I suppose, and hopefully someone will learn something somewhere.
Awesome. Well, man, we're coming up on running out of time. Before we go, is there any shout outs you'd like to give? Thank yous to anybody?
A lot. I'd probably miss loads of people. There's obviously my own NFT hunt has just been is unbelievable. And Lojad for actually getting me onto Foundation and introduced me to my own Licky Luke. He was the first person to grab a Shez NFT. I could go on and on. I thank you everyone for the support. It's been unreal. Thank you for having me, and we're all gonna make it, I suppose.
Right, we're all gonna make it, man. We're early as hell. We're all gonna be the OGs in 2 years, man. All the work that was made in the year 2021, I think, will be all just wanted, like even worse than it is now.
It's mental.
But yeah, the clothing line, like, what is the website for? Like, where can we find that?
It's down at the moment because I'm still working on getting the first collection actually made. It's been a long process, especially for someone who kind of hadn't a clue what they were doing. I've been 2 years trying to get this going, and it's just been very long, and now just trying to sort out actually getting that first collection in my hands so I can launch it.
You said in the beginning there, you're probably not the best student. Man, you're full of shit right there, man. You're always studying. You're always doing shit for school, man. Every time.
No, I'm always trying to do.
And it's true. I got project due tomorrow, another one the day after that, and then 3 on Sundays. So.
Yeah, and they're all repeats though. They're all modules I've already failed. I should have done the work in the first place, so I wouldn't have to do them now.
Right.
But yeah. I'm always trying to do that college work. It's tough to focus on that, especially with.
I'm sure. I can imagine with all the exciting shit going on. Yeah. Man, great having you, dude. This was awesome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much.
I have high hopes for you, man. I have high hopes. I really do, man. Like, whenever you get a site up or anything like that, like, let me know. I will post about that shit for you. I think it's awesome. I want to check it out. I like the shirt you have on.
It's a sample from the first collection. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. But yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Have a great one, man. I'm sure I'll talk to you here in a bit on the Discord.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah. Have a great time, man.
Going on, man. Great having you. All right, well, that about wraps it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Shez, man, thank you so much for doing this with me. It was an incredible time. Love just shooting the shit with you pretty much. And I hope once your company's up and running, we can do it again, man. Thanks so much. It was great having you on. Everybody, links in the description for Shez's work, links in the description for my work. If you want to check out Twitter, in the next less than 24 hours now, I'm doing a giveaway. And hope to see you all next time for the next episode of Fink's NFT show. Have a great one, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe.